And we back with another one. What's good? What's good, world? Your boy Neutron the Don checking in. You feel me? Podcast, man. Feel me? Podcast. Today we got Charleston White and Jesse Lee. Now this it's real early in both of their career. You know what I'm saying? I still see a little bit of water down to Jesse, but I watched a little bit. I ain't watched the whole thing. I want to watch with y'all. You know what I'm saying? This before Charleston White turned to how he is right here. But I think he's still doing what he's supposed to be doing for the community kids. You know, like he say he be acting online or whatever. You know, your boy Jesse gonna see some moments in here. You know what I'm saying? But you feel me? You know, let's play a little bit. You know, the intro. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? But y'all come on in here. Come on into the live. We live. We live. Come on, we live.
Fuck what they talking about. Just cut on the beat. Stay on the sidewalk. Cause you wasn't in the street. Fuck what they talking about. Just cut on the beat. Stay on the sidewalk. Cause you wasn't in the street. Fuck what they talking about. 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 Fuck what they talking about.
Yeah, man. What's good? What's good? What's good, man? Where y'all at? Where y'all at, man? Watch your boy Charleston White and Jesse Lee. Go ahead, tap in right quick. Real interesting conversation too. I could identify. I was like, Lord, they talking about some real shit. Let's listen to it.
Of HYPE, which stands for Helping Young People Excel. Charleston, thanks so much for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, man. Charleston, what's important to you?
The future, which ultimately to me is our children. I believe our children are 100% of our future. So that's what matters the most to me.
And why do you believe that the children are the future?
I was once a child, and I grew up because people believe what I believe, and so there was people who poured into me as a child, and so I grew up to make a difference in the future when I was a kid, right? So what I'm doing now today, I was groomed for it. I was prepared to do what I'm doing. I had people who was juvenile workers, who was youth workers, who was counselors, who was juvenile probation officers, who was teachers who deal with the troubled students at school. And so they took time to not cast me away or throw me away, but to nurture the gifts that they saw in me, to pull out the good. Even though I couldn't see it at the time, even though I didn't understand what they were doing, they were preparing me for the future, where I am today. And so I believe if we want to reshape America, I believe if we want to make America great again, we have to go back to creating strong children like we once used to do.
And how are you helping them? What do you do to help young people excel? What do you do?
I create youth development programs, youth engagement programs. I have anti-gang cognitive intervention programs that I've taught at alternative schools, that I teach inside the juvenile facilities. I also, at one point in time, would train the state's juvenile correctional officers who was employed with the Texas Juvenile Justice Department. And then I work with the Public Defender's Office and partner with criminal defense mitigation specialists on sometime helping young people who've committed capital murder or murder. And I come in and I help explain the mitigating factors or the mitigating circumstances that would deem this child or this young person to be given a second chance in life.
Oh, I see. What? So were you raised by both parents? Were both parents in your home growing up?
No, sir. I'm the product of what I like to call the typical traditional African American home, the single parent home, right?
Yeah.
73% of African American homes in this household are headed by single Black mothers, and so I'm the product of that, right? I'm the product of a mother who was a teenage mother, but she had the ambition, she had the wherewithal, she had the tenacity to will herself out of impoverished conditions and raise her two boys in what I would like to say the backbone of America, which is that middle class upbringing, that middle class lifestyle. So my mother landed a job at General Motors in the early 80s. Yeah. And I can vividly remember our lives changing from living in an apartment complex to having a home and me and my brother having our own rooms, and living what I like to say a pretty productive life. A mother who was God-fearing, who tried to instill good morals and good values into her two boys. But back during that time, and I was born in '77, so the '80s, there was somewhat of a stigma to single mothers, and then there was not a lot of help for single mothers. And so my mother was the backbone of our family. My grandfather is a military guy who migrated out of East Texas to Fort Worth, Texas, by way of the Air Force. He's the oldest of 17 children. His mother is a lady by the name of Lucille Helton.
Smoke one with
she was a slave. She was the property of the White Sloan plantation. And so that's where we get our last name from. My father's name was Freddie White. He joined the Air Force, came to Fort Worth, and most of his brothers migrated to Fort Worth.
When you say that, when you say your mother was a God-fearing woman, what does that mean?
I've never seen a man come out of my mother's bedroom. And she had boyfriends. We went to church on Sundays. We was taught to pray at night before we went to bed. We was taught to pray over our food. I've never heard my mother say anything bad about my father. I've never heard my mother cuss anyone out. What I believe, my mother taught us to fear God,
right there,
and fear her as well as respect her. But she tried to instill biblical principles.
You hear what he just said just now? He said his mama and never talk bad about his daddy. You know what I'm saying? That's good though. You know what I'm saying? That's good. Sometimes it's good. Shouldn't be telling kids. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. You know what I mean? Because they might get it right eventually. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker ain't shit. He ain't shit. They'll know eventually. But don't tear them down that way. But let's continue.
Into us at an early age in life. So as far back as I can remember in my life, we had a foundation of biblical principles.
Did you have any relationship with your father growing up?
No, sir, I didn't.
No contact at all.
My dad was in the Navy. My dad retired from the Navy and battled with mental illness. And so I probably can count on two hands how many times I've seen my father in my lifetime.
So what was it like for you not seeing him and being with him growing up? Did you yearn for him, or what was it like?
All children, especially boys and girls, yearn for their father. There's a strong desire.
Yeah.
Not having a father there, right, and your mother not having the words or the understanding, or maybe the time to explain to you what it's like to not have a father, right? So most single mothers are working. I don't know what it's like to be hungry. I don't know what it's like to come home and have our lights cut off. So my mother was very financially responsible, and at some point we made it to a level of.
I do. I damn sure do. Like everybody, but you know what I'm saying. But most of us 80s babies and 70s babies, some parents made it out, but most of our parents fell victim to the crack, cocaine epidemic. You know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying. But we pretty smart. I think that's 80s babies the best class ever. We can all go down in the 70s. I think 80s and 70s is the best ever. But that's just my 2 cents.
Affluence, but not having your father there as a kid, not being able to articulate it, you internalize, right? So when the parents get divorced, kids typically blame themselves. So as a kid, you have questions. Where's my dad? Why is my dad not here? You may have a neighbor. I had a Hispanic guy by the name of Brian Alanese. Brian Alanese had a father. So I spent the night at Brian's house. Spending the night at Brian's house gave me a dad at times, right?
Yeah.
So you get to see what a family structure looked like. Then when you
if you was raised by your mama, you had no cause I really didn't know until that I didn't have no dad until I seen other kids with fathers. So that's when it hit me. When I was a young man, you know what I'm saying, early, like you see kids dads coming to school on lunch, and when dads come to school, I'm like, what was that? Oh, I thought everybody had no dad. You probably had like 10, 20 people in the neighborhood who had fathers growing up in Boulevard homes. Well, that I could say, that I knew, you know what I'm saying? Everybody had no dad. So I thought that was pretty normal. But when I realized other people had dads, I was like, man, I ain't really asked questions, but we weren't allowed to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
You go home, you have questions, you have internal thoughts. So as a kid growing up, mom working. So when I'm getting out of school, mom's going to work. You feel unloved, right? You feel rejected. Then that turns into hurt. So there's a pain that just simply revolves around the fact of a father being absent, that this kid is feeling, right? He can't articulate it, right? No one's sitting him down and he's not going through counseling. So that's where the behavior begins to transpire, right? So you're feeling unloved, you're feeling abandoned, you're feeling rejected. That hurt begins to turn into anger, but the anger is just a smoke screen,
yeah.
right? You really want, so as a young man, I got all these emotions inside of me. And
man, I don't mean to keep pausing, but damn, boy, he might have hit home right there a little bit, cause I was like, who gonna check me? I ain't really, I'm saying, my grandma really can't do nothing with me. You know what I'm saying? As I seen at that time, especially you got the neighborhood outside. It's like the neighborhood is like the word to you at that age, and it's so much influence. And it's so much to do outside of the house. So you weren't really worried about that. Then plus I ain't had no father, so you know what I'm saying. Grandma, you know what I'm saying. I make it home before the street lights come on. She pretty much ain't, you know. That's all she want me to do, make it home. But let's go.
And so when I get to school, I got the PE coach, I got the math teacher, or I got the school police officer. When he confronts me, hey, young man, you need to pull your pants up. Well, all these emotions causes me to resent him.
Yeah.
So I got this displaced anger, right? He's done nothing to me, but he's a man. He's a male authority figure, and I want him to come home with me.
Yeah.
I wish he can come home with me. So I resent you telling me what to do, trying to correct me, and you can't come home with me. So I began to hate you, and I began to despise other men, other male authority figures, mainly other black men.
So when you were asked your mother, where is my father? What would she say?
I never thought to ask.
You never asked at all?
I never thought to ask, because what's not there, you don't know to ask that. It's normal, right? We come up in a generation where children don't ask questions.
Yeah.
We come up in a generation where kids don't ask grown folk questions about grown folk things.
So I read that you ended up becoming a part of a gang when you were younger. What made you?
Go ahead.
What made you get involved with gangs? What made you get involved with them?
It was everything I was looking for. Coming from a single parent home, never been spanked by a man, never been disciplined by a man, never been corrected by a man, never been hugged by a man, never had a man say I'm proud of you, never heard a man say I love you. So
now that right there was deep. Well, that was right there was deep. It's like, Lord, I could just remember, like, you know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, you know what I'm saying, man, you know, you had your granddaddy, you know, the OGs, you had your uncles, you had anybody wanted, like, you know, like anybody would have telling they proud of you, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't nothing to be proud of back then. You know what I'm saying? Cause the badass running around doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just proud for you to be alive. That was enough, but I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I made bad grades, it was always there. When we made good grades, it was just like, so that's what you're supposed to do. And that is correct. That's what you're supposed to do. But I don't know. But you always, as a young kid, you always want validation from your peers or your family members, or especially somebody that you think that you look up to. Well, let's go.
Older guys in the game gave me the affirmation that I sought to have from a father figure.
Did you know at the time you were doing it because you were looking for the love of a father?
No. You talking about a child with an undeveloped brain. They don't know what the fuck they doing. Yeah, you talking about an undeveloped brain kid. Everything that a kid does is all impulsiveness, right? Based on what they feel or what their friends are doing. I just wanted to belong. It wasn't a matter when you're going through what you're going through as a kid. You don't know I'm doing this because dad not there.
Right.
You just know you feel something.
Yeah.
You just know you was born into a condition. You was born into a situation where your dad's not around. You don't know that's not normal. So I met a kid. Go ahead. I met a kid once before here recently, and he had both his mom and his dad. And so I asked him, "Hey, what's it like to have both your mom and your dad?"
Yeah.
He couldn't understand what I was saying because he don't know what it's like not to have.
That's right.
So to grow up and every child you see don't have a dad, that becomes normal. It's the house with the dad that everybody say, "Hey man, they got a dad over there." So you don't know until you grow up and you can look at your life and assess your life where you can start connecting the dots. But when you're a kid, it's your environment, it's the conditions, it's your nurture, the foundation of your home life dictates what you're going to go outside and become.
It's interesting. It's interesting in that your mother brought you out of poverty, or and bought a home. She got a job, and you and your brother ended up with your own rooms and everything. And yet that wasn't enough for you, because I read.
Like, hold on, right quick. That was a lot right there. Like, I was getting back to what I'm saying. Like the kids really don't know. Like 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Like, they really don't know that their dad ain't there, because they probably have some uncles or something, but they don't know until. Well, I don't know, because they come out saying mom and daddy. Like, they naturally know, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know, but I didn't know until I seen another kid with a dad. That shit powerful shit. But as far as joining the gang, it was, I think that was shit. Man, that's what my niggas doing. That's what it is. Shit. What else we gonna do? As kids, we want to belong to something. But we used to play football, and they had PAL coming through the neighborhoods down here in Charlotte. But once all that stopped, we used to go to trade winds, dance on weekend, and then that's where we got introduced to get really gangs at. Really, a little bit of both. Neighborhood wise was always neighborhood, but when you start go to other places, then they start to be like this and that. Like, what's this? Then you get interested. Try to see what's going on, see if it fit for you. You know what I'm saying? It's always the person. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through it to get through it. But let's continue.
Yeah, that you decided to run away from home and go on a crime spree, which led you to murder at 14 and go to prison and all that. So it's interesting how I've
never been to prison.
I mean, jail.
Let me just say this.
To jail, right?
I went to juvenile. I went to a boys' home.
Oh, okay.
Let me just say this.
Okay.
Culture, right? Culture is way more influential, way more powerful than home life, upbringing. Let me give you an example. There was a time when black people hung from trees, and there was white people standing in the crowd saying, I don't agree with that. But they wasn't going to speak out because culturally it was okay to hang niggas. There was a time when white people.
Hold on, you seen the motherfucker Jesse smile. He crack a smile when he say they hung black people from trees. He laughed at it. You seen him? What's this?
I don't agree with that. But they wasn't going to speak out because culturally it was okay to hang niggas. There was a time when.
You see that? You see that smirk right there? He's smirking. He think that shit funny. Uncle Ruckus. That shit crazy, man. Uncle Ruckus. He's smirking.
White people said it was okay to enslave black people, but there was a part of the people that says, no, that's not right.
Yeah.
But culture says we're going to do it. So you put your head down based off what you was raised, but overall the culture influences it all, right? That's why culture is so strong and so impactful. So here I am. I'm born into a culture that goes against what my mother teaches us.
Yeah.
I'm born where my culture, I got my mom saying, you need to go to work. I got an uncle who I see on a regular basis by way of being family members. He a pimp. I got a grandfather who sell drugs. I got another uncle who sell drugs. When I look across the street, I got another neighbor. He's getting out of jail for robbery. My cousin. So when I come inside and I cut my television on, I'm born in 1977. Think about the culture then. Pimps was glorified during the black exploitation film era.
Yeah.
Superfly, the Mac. So I'm growing up watching all of this on the culture. I got a mother going to work. My culture don't show me mama going to work, but I see mama going to work. All the things that my culture present to me is negative.
Yeah.
And I have these same negative images, not just in my family, they in the community, they at my friend's house, they outside the school. So biblically, my mother says that the Bible says.
Hold on right there. Okay, you go back and think of it, you know what I'm saying? Gangs got introduced through like Boys in the Hoods. I don't even really remember in society talking about no gangs. It was just, I don't know. But then you had Colors. Like, that's when gangs got outside of LA. Then you think about They love our culture. The whole world loves our culture. If we don't stamp it, it ain't it. If we don't say, yeah, it's like that, yeah, it's like that, yeah, that's fly, that's that what they say type shit. Yeah, we just create shit and then we go with the culture. You know what I'm saying? That's the culture. Now the culture is getting turned into an algorithm. Pretty soon they gonna say they made it up. Let's go.
A son can do nothing without his father, that he can only do what he see his father does. So if there's no father around, who do you mimic? Mama? So I know a lot of young boys who didn't have no uncles, didn't have no brothers, didn't have no male cousins. So they was the little boy sitting down peeing outside when we were standing up peeing. So I seen a whole lot of little boys who was mimicking mama. So they sat down and pee until they went to school.
Yeah.
So I had uncles and mimic, right? So Confucius said, he who controls images controls minds. My little mind was being controlled based on me being young with a young, impressionable mind. So it's not that I went against my mother. I have a culture. You got NWA, fuck the police. So all of this is being pushed upon us as children culturally.
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. They take away the Cosby Show. They take away A Different World. So culturally, man, all the negative images is being propagated to me. So I literally grew up believing that men, for one, don't work, because I've never seen a man get up and go to work. I grew up believing that men went to prison and went to jail. So I aspired to be a man. How do you become a man? You got to go to jail, nigga. Yeah. So I want to be a man. Yeah, I heard you saying, mama, you're a woman, but I want to be a man.
That's what the speech was saying.
So, I set out to be a man.
Yeah, that's the crazy shit. Yeah, like in the hood, man, you ain't never been to the yard. That man ain't real. So basically, like, did we basically push each other to do stupid shit? Basically, like, man, he ain't even been to the yard. He ain't been tested. But that's how you can tell weed out the rats, though, too. That's mafia style. Like, you can't be a made man if you ain't conceived. Like, but you can't trust. They can't trace the bloodline all the way back home, because if you rat, I guess they'll whack their whole family allegedly back in Italy. What I'm saying, but that's usually how it works. Like, yeah, man, you ain't real. You ain't never been in prison, man. You probably tell God on Jesus. Yeah, but most of the times, they be forcing people that ain't really built like that to come into their life. No, you can't do that. That's how you create, right? That's how you get told on. Be mad when you know he wasn't built like that, and you took him on that lick, you took him on that robbery, you took him on that whatever you were trying to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to think. Don't take. You know what? You know who built like that. Sometimes you don't. You know what I'm saying? But 9 out of 10, you know, you can like, man, I know the nigga wasn't built like that. Well, let's continue.
I wanted to ask. So is it true that at age 14 you killed someone?
I ain't killed nobody, but yeah, we killed somebody. In the state of Texas, if one person pulled the trigger, all 4 of y'all did it.
Yeah.
Morally and ethically, if you participate in something and it's wrong, you've done wrong.
So what was it like at the time, knowing that all 4 of you, whomever, had shot and killed someone? What was that when you at the time when you thought about it after it was done? What was it like for you to reflect on that as a 14-year-old?
It was funny.
It was funny?
Yeah, it was funny. If I got a toothache and I got a real bad toothache, I don't care about your headache. So I'm in pain as a kid. I can't tell you why I'm in pain, but man, I'm in pain. And so my pain have evolved into anger. So I got displaced anger. We didn't have no.
Hey, you think he really thought that was funny? He didn't think that was funny after he realized what had happened. Ain't no way you thought that was funny. Put in the comment if you believe he thought that was funny. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I'm on all streaming platforms. Appreciate you tapping in too.
No remorse for what we did when we done it. We don't understand what we did.
Yeah.
A 14-year-old don't understand. They know they done something wrong. They know they killed somebody, but to understand the ramifications.
Look, cuz up, Corn. What up, Corn? What up, cuz? Love you, nigga.
Ramifications and the reasoning. There's no way a kid can do that.
So when you would hurt someone, did it ease your pain?
No. Hurt people, but hurting people don't take away your hurt. You just hurt other people. No, it don't. You're as a kid, you can't Process this. You're trying to ask logical questions for a kid to give answers to an adult when the brain process, all the medical, all the data, all the science and research that we have in this country says the human brain does not develop to at or around age 25. That's why the insurance rates don't go down until after 25. So they got this information. So when you got a kid that grew up in a single parent home, just take me for instance. I've never been abused, hadn't been molested, never seen my mama get beat up, didn't grow up in a violent neighborhood. My mother wasn't on drugs. So I just grew up without a father.
Yeah.
Right? But I had a loving mother who instilled right and wrong, morals and values, but she had to go to work. And she provided a great home life for us, right? But she had to go to work. So when I was getting out of school, my mother was going to work. What does that leave me? No parental supervision. We got all the food in the house. So my mother's saying, leave your homework out. When I come home, I'm checking.
Hey man, I used to love them type of people. Some type of my homeboy, their mom always at work. Where we could go in there. You know, we had no food at home. They always had food. We used to go tear their shit up. Boy, listen, I'm telling you, I never remember them, but we be all through there. They mom be at work. We know what time. We come to chill, parlay, skips cool. Hey, mom, what time you mom at work? We coming up there, but listen, I missed them days when I was younger, man. But yeah, man, my bad. Y'all. Let's continue.
Your homework. I'm calling at such and such time. So we knew what time my mother breaks were. I got an older brother who a couple years older than me. Oh, they're going to get in trouble. Boys are going to be boys. Kids are going to be kids. Teenagers are going to be teenagers. The element of all of this is not the single mother. It's the village. It don't take a mother and a father to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a child.
So when
we keep saying, what about the mother and the father? What about the village?
How long were you in juvenile?
I spent right at 7 years from the age 14 to 21. Best time of my life.
And when you were there today, how long were you supposed, the sentence was for how long?
I got 12 years.
Oh, okay.
I received a 12-year sentence. I was facing 40 years.
And when you say it was the best time of your life, what do you mean by that?
Best time of my life. It was like growing up inside of a perfect two-parent home. During the time of my incarceration, I became one of the first children in Tarrant County in Fort Worth, Texas, to be tried and adjudicated for the crime of murder. Most people don't know that when a child get in trouble, they're not in criminal court. I don't care if they kill 10 people. A child commits murder, and juvenile court is family court. So there's a difference between family court and criminal court. I went into family court with a murder case. You can't convict a child. Children are adjudicated unless they stand trial to be tried as an adult during a certification hearing where they transfer into the adult system. So I remained in the juvenile system, right? When I went there, we had a governor by the name of Ann Richards. Ann Richards was a recovering alcoholic drug addict. Had a lot of focus on rehabilitation and resocialization. So I went into a culture that was built around.
Hey, shout out to her. We need more people like her, because you know what I'm saying. It's too much. They charge most the black adolescents as adults. It's without even the question. It's always a question when it's with the other side, but we ain't gonna go there. But this ain't about that right now. But that's the team.
Around these three psychiatrists and psychologists had built this program called Positive Peer Culture. And so they created this culture of a positive peer culture. And it was formed around re-socializing children and repairing children. And they had psychotherapy drama where we reenacted our crimes. That juvenile facility gave me all the skills and the tools necessary for me to come out here and be successful.
Oh, good, man. I didn't. So Ann Richard, was she had a drug problem too, or just alcohol problem?
She was a recovering alcoholic, and I believe prescription pills. So don't quote me on that, but I know for a fact she was a recovering alcoholic.
I used to work. Her daughter, Cecilia, was my boss at one time when I worked for the union. So I know who you're talking about, but I didn't know that about Ann.
Yeah, so she had a lot of heart, man, for building programs, man. So the program that I was in had a capital offender program that helped us get in touch with victim empathy. We were considered the worst. We're the first generation of children in the state of Texas who began committing these murders. I'm the super predator generation, right? We're the first generation of kids outside of California, Chicago, New York, and Philadelphia, where children were committing murder. So this was in the late 80s, early 90s, where they said, hey, we got a wave of black children that's going to be born, and they're going to be super predators. They're going to be bigger. They're going to be faster. They're going to be stronger. They're going to be heartless, and they're going to be incorrigible. That's what your Democratic leadership said. They're going to be incorrigible. And the word.
I do remember that. Hillary Clinton. Damn. Shit. Hillary and Biden just gave her a medal. He just gave her a medal. Joe Biden. Yeah, I think I'm done with the Democrat. I'm done with y'all. Y'all ain't did. Y'all had power for so many years. So many years. But our grandma and them, I'm saying that what they, but I don't even think my grandma, I don't even know my grandma ain't even vote. I ain't even gonna say my grandma and them. I guess it was, I don't know what it was. I guess because that's what they said black people was voting as. So I wasn't doing my research, but now I'm really woke. And it's gonna be a change. You know, it's foundation of Black America. We come for our reparations. We want it. Foundation of Black America. Yeah, let's go.
Incorrigible said that we weren't going to be able to change. So when they made that statement, when Joe Biden made that statement, Hillary Clinton made that statement, it sent a shock wave of fear through America. And so they started making laws, tough on juvenile crime. So they started sentencing 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds in this country, giving them life without parole, with no possibility of ever getting out of prison for things that they was doing at age 12 and 13 and 14 years old. So I fell in that first group of children. It's just that I had a governor. I went into a juvenile facility where people was working with children who committed some of the most heinous crimes. I'm talking about some of the most heinous crimes in the history of this state, and they still treated us like children.
Nice. How were you able to get out? How were you able to get out so earlier than the sentence?
Earlier than the sentence, the state.
Now that right there, that take a lot of yeah. You got to be real human to know that. He said the children commit heinous crimes. Got to be real forgiving. You got to have a real heart, like, cause the stuff I done seen kids do on like that little boy, he killed that little girl doing the raps and moves. I don't know if he tried to really do it. That was about 10 years ago. I think he got out. But boy, you got to have a real super heart. We need people like that too, though, because the kids don't really know what they're doing. They misguided. And sometimes you got some demons. But that's alleged.
State requirement was you go back to court on your 18th birthday, based on the nature of your crime, based on your behavior while in juvenile custody, and based on the state's recommendation. The courts had a decision to either parole you home where you would be on parole to your 21st birthday, transfer you to the adult prison system where you finish out the remainder of your sentence, or recommit you back into the custody of the state's juvenile system. I earned a recommendation to go to prison. Remember, I told you I joined the gang. Right. I didn't know nothing about gangs before I got to the juvenile facility. It was just something to do. It was fun. It was something. It seemed appealing. So I spent 4 years trying to go to prison. I wanted to be a man. Yeah, I wanted to be a man, right? Remember, I told you I grew up believing. So I had my older friends who would write me from prison, making prison sound fun. So I aspired to go to prison.
Amazing.
But there was some individuals who worked with me on my dorm, and they worked with me for quite amount of time. They was able to see past the bullshit I was putting on. I was just acting. I wasn't no hardened gang member. I didn't come from hate. I come from a loving home. I don't know how to hate. I can act hate. You see what I'm saying?
How old were you when you got out?
I was 21. I had just turned 21. So from 14 to 21. So when I got out at 21, so I got recommitted back into the juvenile facility based on those individuals putting their jobs on the line to come testify on my behalf. And
so when you got out, did the world look different to you?
Yeah, they had 2-story McDonald's and Burger King with the PlayStation, with the playgrounds on the inside.
Yeah.
The world was totally different.
Amazing. So I gotta ask, were you ever into your blackness as an identity?
No. I was in the bullshit what grown folks said. I never had an identity. That's why I played so many different roles. That's why when I started out in elementary, I played the flute. Like Little Boy Blue. Then when I was introduced saw the movie Colors, I wanted to play gangbanger. When I saw a movie Pimp, I wanted to play Pimp because I didn't have an identity. I never had nobody to tie my identity to my race. Nice. I just always believe white is white, black is black, they against us. So we was always conditioned with bullshit, but nobody ever gave us an identity.
So what do you think about the blacks that are into their identity? They're into being black, their color.
Oh, here he come. Oh Lord, y'all get your popcorn. Here he come. My boy Jesse, here he come.
And they're using that as an identity. What do you think about that? They're into their blackness.
Whatever person identify with, it don't bother me. I identify with what's right, but I relate to what's black. I don't eat white people cooking. They don't cook like me. They don't season their food like me. White people don't put grease in their hair. So
you think it's okay to be into your blackness? Is that the right way to live?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be? White people into they white, Mexicans into they Mexican, Chinese into they Chinese.
But does it make it right though?
Yeah, make it right.
In what way?
What you mean? Everybody else is in the day. Why wouldn't we be in the house? Shit, you talking about? Why? Listen, I ain't with that Dr. King shit. Everywhere I went, and I'm all black, nigga, I ain't getting treated like the niggas go treat me. But listen, you better identify with your black.
And why?
What you mean? Why? Everybody else identify with your black.
I know, but that makes it right because everyone else doing it.
Listen, red birds identify with red birds. Bluebirds identify with bluebirds. Zebras identify as zebras. Amazing. How you go not identify what you are? Nature. You didn't get to pick this.
Did you ever hate white people?
Yeah.
And do you still hate them?
No, I didn't hate them then. It was just a thought because that's what you hear.
And how did you see white people at the time that you hated them? What made you?
Oh, man, listen, man. This man crazy. This man crazy. He hate his own skin. He hate his gum because they black. He hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips because they black. Shout out Bernie Mac, man. R.I.P. Bernie Mac, man.
You hate them?
Listening to bullshit as a kid. Same reason white people fear black people. Listening to their bullshit ass uncles and granddaddy. We don't get to know one another until we grow up and start going to school, going to college, getting our own jobs. Yeah. But in the beginning, we sitting around at Christmas, hearing our uncles say some racist shit, hearing our racist granddaddy say some shit. White people sitting around hearing racist shit, black folks sitting around hearing prejudice shit. Ain't no verse versa. So what happens is children mimic what they see and repeat what they hear, whether it's right or wrong. So even a little white kid, nigger, he don't know what the fuck he's saying. Same with the little black boy. I got a racist teacher. You don't know racism. Most black people don't know racism because racism is so hidden in the fabrics of this country. You don't know it's there, motherfucker, but it's there.
How did you overcome hated whites?
Oh, I started fucking white girls at an early age. Yeah, I started fucking on white girls at early age. I ain't bullshit. My mama moved. Listen, I'm one of the first niggas to live among white folks in the 80s. My mama moved us to Pantego, a notoriously known all-white community. Yeah, I went out there and realized white girls like niggas. Yeah. My mama them say, my grandmama them say, hey, listen.
Hey, but Dr. Umar, he ain't lying, Dr. Umar. He ain't lying, Dr. Umar. I know you ain't gonna disagree, Dr. Umar. Hey, listen, you better listen. I agree with you, my nigga.
They not racist, but a black woman's biggest fear, if we move around white people, the white girls go holler rape. We done seen what happened to Emmett Till and every other nigga that like to chasing that white girl cock. So no, man. Oh shit, no, man. Once I went to fucking on white girls, ain't nowhere in the world I can hate white people good at white girl pussy.
So what do you think about this war that's going on between the blacks and the whites today?
Listen, it's gonna be over with. I tell niggas all the time, go make a baby with white girl.
But most black people think that white people are their enemy today. What do you think
they
about that?
They don't think that not after the Kardashian, after keeping up with the Kardashian racism is just about to be over with.
But they use it for everything.
The mulatto, I got mulatto babies, so I don't know racism. Yeah, listen, I'm one of the only niggas I know that damn near fucked every race of woman you can think of. I done had loud pussy, Japanese pussy, so I don't know nothing about racism. Fuck, if that's how you stop racism, fucking and shit orgies, parties, but that's how you stop that shit. But the mulattoes is gonna save us.
Do you believe racism exists?
No, not no more. Not after rap music and Michael Jordan tennis shoes and what's that yellow boy name? Stephen Curry.
Do you believe racism ever existed?
Yeah, you know it existed. Man, way they used to bad it, they done niggas. They made niggas. Think about this. They used to have a whole doctrine on how to make a nigger slave. It wasn't no niggas before American slavery. It was Africans and Chinese, but niggas, the Nigger, they was made right here in America.
What do you mean
So
by
yeah,
that?
racism exists.
He talking about foundation of Black America. That's what he talking about. Foundation of Black America, who built this country. We built this country. Yeah, tell them. I agree with that. Yeah, they made niggas. Yeah, they definitely did. Niggas like me and you. Yeah, we here. Foundation of Black America. Let's go.
Well, they got a book on how to make nigga slaves. Once they stop importing Africans into America, right? Once they stop, hey, no more import, export Africans. Well, the United States of America told the world, fuck y'all. Y'all can't tell us what we can't have no more slaves. So we gonna start breeding these motherfuckers right here. Okay, we can't import them, so we gonna make them right here.
But in
So
Africa,
they made
before the Arabs went there and bought the blacks from the other blacks were treated worse in Africa by other blacks.
I thank God for slavery because I wouldn't want to be African. I don't give a damn about Africa. Yeah, but I'm glad they came and got our motherfucking ass up out of Africa. I don't attach myself to Africa. I'm a proud American.
Yeah.
So I don't say my mama say all things work for the good of those who love the Lord and is called according to his will and his purpose.
Absolutely.
Slavery was a
Man, I don't know, man. I don't agree with that, man. Hell no. I don't agree with that at all. But I am a foundation, but I'm here now. It done happened to us, right? But now he tripping on that. I feel like if we would have stayed, like the Moors would have still been running Africa, we would have been way better off. We probably would have been living like, man, we would have had, they tore up all our statues. Our statues would still been in place. And it wouldn't be a conversation about where you from, where this and then the third. Well, why they had to scroll all the history, if that's the case. We had to be so much powerful than what we is. Tap in now. Let's go.
good thing. Yeah, they rescued that motherfucking ass. I would have hated.
What up, Jessica Marie? How you doing?
Go up in Africa. I ain't bullshit. If what we were there now, man, fuck that. I'm so proud of slavery because it built some tenacious people.
Yeah.
It made niggas. Before slavery, wasn't no niggas. It was people. Then the niggas came along, and the niggas were strong. Wasn't nobody else strong enough to build America like them niggas were.
Are you a Christian?
Exactly.
No, man, I'm a believer. I'm not no Christian because you got to read the books. And I don't want to read the doctrines. I just want to believe that God exists and that Jesus walked the earth at one point in time. No, I watched my mama. So I ain't no Christian. I just believe.
And you believe what?
That God is real and you can talk to him without the preaching. You ain't never got to read the Bible to access the Holy Spirit.
And how has that helped you?
Well, boy, I used to be a motherfucker back in my day. I used to didn't believe in God. Then when I tried to start believing in God, I went to Islam. And that's while I was in jail. I practiced the Islam faith. Then when I got tired of the Islam faith, I started serving the Crip God, the gangbanging God. Then once I got tired of the gangbanging God, I started serving the pimp God. Once I got tired of the pimp God, I just started serving Satan. I just started saying, fuck Jesus, fuck God, fuck Buddhists. And then I got to the point where I submitted. I had an awakening.
You say you had an awakening?
Yeah, I had an awakening. It wasn't from no bad choices. I wasn't in jail. I had a dream one day. And in this dream, I was standing on stage talking to some children. And all of my buddies who was incarcerated with me in the juvenile facility, they appeared in this dream. And we were sharing our life stories with them. And then my brother appeared. Well, I got an older brother who's serving a 99-year prison sentence for a murder he committed when he was 17. And so at the end of this dream, we all enter into these individual doors with blinding bright lights. And so I wake up out my sleep. I probably was about 23, 24 at the time, trying to find that identity that you asked about earlier. And my mother had asked me, son, you want to go to church? And I thought that was strange. I said, no, because I wasn't into that shit. And it was like 2 weeks before Christmas. So
come back closer to your mic.
So it was like 2 weeks before Christmas, right? So I sat on the back porch and rolled me up a joint of weed and got high. And as I was getting high, I had this overwhelming fear or urge to go to church and put some money in church. So I went to this church, sat on the back row, and this preacher walked out and he looked at me. First thing I said, well, damn, somebody told this motherfucker I smell like weed. You need to get out of here. So I sit there he began to preach about Joseph. He began to preach about Joseph in the Bible, how Joseph was sold into slavery, and how God had favor upon him and all of that. And so at the end of his sermon, he said, when I walked out of here, I got a kick in my spirit. And the Holy Spirit told me to tell you that you're a Joseph, young man. I resent males. So in my mind, he fucking with me. He playing them church games because he see I'm new. He said, I just want to pray for you, young man. So when I went down to that altar, he started kind of recanting that dream to me and say that he see me standing on stage, sharing my life story with children, traveling around the country, impacting governments with my testimony. That man didn't know nothing about my story. So from that moment on, I had a spiritual awakening. And if you fast forward from that moment to now, I live and I've done everything that strange preacher man said that he saw me doing.
So do you have perfect peace within?
If I don't, I'm gonna smoke some weed, get my dick sucked.
What?
Yeah, if I don't have perfect peace, I'm gonna do just what every other American do. I'm gonna have me some wine, smoke a cigar, smoke some weed, and fuck. That's what brings peace. A man that can fuck good.
So
all that other shit is bullshit.
So do you have perfect peace that comes from God?
I don't know where it come from. Sometimes it comes from common. Not perfect peace. What's perfect peace when you got a wife fucking with you? Yeah, what's perfect peace when you got the kids saying, Daddy, I need this? What's perfect peace, man?
Are you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
And how many children do you have?
Oh, I got 2.
Oh, okay. And what is it like being married? Are you married to a white woman?
Fuck no. I ain't gonna marry no goddamn white. Why did fuck white bitch? I ain't gonna marry now.
Are you married to a black woman?
Goddamn right.
And so what is it like?
Yeah. Now I'm saying Queen, salute the Queen. Yeah.
What is it like being married?
Hey Auntie Sylvia, how you doing, Auntie? Auntie Pooh.
I ain't Kanye West.
What is it like being married?
Man, I be wanting to fuck everybody, and I feel like I'm in prison sometimes. Yeah, I want to be a low down, dirty motherfucking single man, and fuck her cousins and her sisters and get away with it, but I can't. I honor my vows. But man, sometimes I don't want to be married. Some days I tell her I don't want to love nobody. I want to be selfish. Some days I don't want to kiss you and say I'll be back, baby. Some days I don't want you or the kids saying nothing to me. And I don't
tell her that?
Yeah, we feel it, don't we? As men, don't we feel it?
What does she say when you tell her that?
Oh man, I'm like granddaddy to them. She can't say nothing. No, I'm like the men before women's suffrage. No, I dictate. Yeah, I'm like the old vows. Cherish and obey.
How long you been married?
3.
How many?
Yeah. 3.
Oh, 3 years. And so your wife is okay with you saying those things to her?
I done call her a bitch in the mall before shopping. All right, bitch, don't get it back. What the fuck you talking about, man? I'm fucking her. What you mean? Is she okay? Who gonna fuck if I don't? Yeah, she got to be okay. We married. It's safe for better or for worse.
Better or for worse.
Yeah, I'm like the old man back in the day. I'm like Archie Bunker and Edith. Just plain, I'm an Archie Bunker kind of nigga. Yeah, mean in the motherfucker in the house. Yeah, that's the kind they like. They don't like no nigga holding no door open. They like a nigga fuck good and mean. Call him a bitch every now and then.
Because of time, I want to ask you a few other things here. Do
y'all agree with that? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all agree with that? Yeah, now and again. Because sometimes you gotta explain some shit.
Believe that I know that there's no such thing as racism. I believe that our battle is a spiritual battle, a warfare between good and evil, right versus wrong, and no such thing as racism. It's a spiritual battle.
We're not dealing with. That's why I say racism is so far embedded. My generation can't see it. We don't know what racism. So I'm with you on that. Yeah. I'm with you. We looking for racism, and racism is too deep for us to see.
Yeah.
You got to go deal with an old motherfucker to deal with racism. So we dealing with good and bad.
Yeah.
Right and wrong.
Yeah. And so, would you call yourself an alpha male or beta male?
Shit, I'm whatever I need to be. Shit, fuck you talking about I ain't nothing. Yeah, I'm whatever I need to be. Shit, you talking about I'll be a beta male to get what I want. Yeah. No, man, I ain't trying to be nothing all the time.
What is a man?
I ain't never seen now, brother.
So you don't know what it is?
Nah, I was raised by my mama.
And what is love?
Love is action.
And what do you mean by that?
Love is what you do. It ain't what you say. Love is about not what you can give, but how much can you take. See, most people think, I love you, so I give you this. No, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck what you give me. How much can you take from me? How much can you put up with me if you love me? See, most people really quit you, homie, at the first sight of a flaw. I may have an issue, and my only issue is I keep doing the same issue. You go get, how much do you love me to put up with that and hope that I can overcome that issue? So I understand what love is. It ain't about what you can give me, it's about what you can take. I don't have a problem. My love is about use. When you go to misusing me, that's when you don't love me. But you can use me and love me. It's when you misuse me when I think you don't love me. Because if you misuse me, you'll start abusing me. But if we're in a relationship, if we're in a partnership, if we're in a friendship, our ability to grow with one another is our ability to use one another.
So do you love all people?
Man, damn, that boy just chopped that shit up right there, man. What is Charles today? We need to bring him back. That's powerful right there. This ability to how much you can put up with him. Yeah, that shit real. Yeah, that's real. Just give my daughter right here. Yeah, I see it, baby. I'm gonna get, hold on. Give me a second. Okay. Give me a second, okay? Get it to mommy. But yeah, man, that's powerful right there. That was a powerful statement.
Hell no.
You don't love all people?
No, man, I don't love no gang banging motherfucker shooting up my neighborhood. I don't love gang members.
But why not? They can't help it because they are in anger too. They can't understand what they're doing because they didn't have a father to guide them. Why don't you love them?
You ain't never heard me say no shit like that. You ain't never heard me say I went out and killed somebody because I ain't have no fault.
Well, you just said because you were looking for that father.
I didn't say we killed nobody because we were looking for nothing.
No, I'm talking about joining the gang and things like that.
I told you as a kid, I didn't know I was looking for no daddy. I didn't know I was out doing this.
But they don't either.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I was willing to pay for my wrong.
Right, but do you understand that the other gang members? But do you understand that the other gang members are looking for a father as well, and they don't know it?
Listen, it's a whole lot of gang members ain't looking for no goddamn father.
Why do you say that?
Well, because I know I was in the gang with them. Listen, hold on. You speaking from a stadium way up there in the stands, trying to dictate to the players down on the field. You spinning a bullshit narrative, Mr. Peterson. Yeah. Listen, you trying to spin a narrative of children join gangs, not grown adults with fully functional, developed brains. No kid is saying, "Hey, I'm joining the gang because I'm looking for daddy." It's the attributes that the gang have available for the kid that replaces what the father didn't get don't provide in the home. So don't spin that narrative, home.
But do you believe that if those adult gang members had fathers growing up, would they be in a gang? Would they be a part of a gang as an adult?
Listen, I know niggas who had daddies and mamas join the gang. I know guys that had, I know well-to-do, affluent people who join gangs with mothers and fathers.
And why would they join them?
I don't know. I ain't had a mother and father to be able to.
I know, but have you ever asked those grown ones, the ones you ran into?
Listen. I don't know no grown people join gangs. I don't know no.
Exactly. Like, what the hell? Grown ass man joining the gang is crazy. Like, man, people join gang because you know what I'm saying, it might be the cool. It might be the only thing to do with certain neighborhoods, certain situations. Like, you're gonna get down and lay down. Like, on God, like that's how it was back in the day. Like,
what that one go on?
This go on her hand. Go on her hand or wrist. But my bad. But this is what I'm saying. Joining gangs, like, it was either get down and lay down back then, or you gonna get beat up. Like, you come outside, or you know which way not to walk. So you gonna get down and lay down. Like, some people don't have a choice, especially the weaker ones, and they turn out to be the most monsters, the ones that want to join in the beginning. But yeah,
grown up join gangs. Oh, you're talking about children with undeveloped brains, mostly come from traumatic childhood backgrounds, dealing with mental health and substance abuse problems. What the fuck they go join?
And so, but you never ran into adult along your way of life since being in the world. Have you, especially since being out, and now you understand what's going on? Have you ever ran into adult men or women who are in gangs and they didn't explain why? You never ran into that?
I used to teach a class, and I want you to hear me good. I used to teach a class for all the adult prisoners that came back to Fort Worth, Texas, that was released from prison at the Central Parole Office on McCart. I used to teach the class every Tuesday and Thursday with an organization with other chaplains. The main chaplain was Chaplain Jerry Carver with Welcome Back Tarrant County. And I tell you, I have never met a grown adult member to coincide with what you're saying, brother. Maybe you should come down here and meet some of these gangbanging niggas. I lived in LA with them. I know all the most of the original founders of the sets. I've been inside the juvenile facilities. I've been inside the prison. Right now, I teach an anti-gang cognitive intervention inside the schools. It's 5 other schools just picked up. I got 20 other men, all businessmen, former NBA players, NFL players, rappers managers, all coming to these schools with me to teach this gang program. And I'm telling you, I have never seen a grown adult give the reasons of the narrative of what you're trying to spin right now, fam.
So let me ask, America, are you proud to be an American?
When the DC Snipers was doing what they was doing.
What do you mean by that?
When Gavin Long and Makai Johnson.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. I was proud to be an American.
How about now?
Yeah. The shit I done got to do to white hoes and white people and get away with, man. I'm so goddamn proud America gives second chances. Most black men won't never get to kill a white man and talk about it. So you goddamn right I'm proud to be American. I got to stand over a white boy and watch him die and tell my grandkids what kind of facial expressions they make.
And so you love America?
Just like, listen, right now, I know it's a white boy with a pair of a leather jacket made out of a nigga's back. It's a white boy right now. Every family reunion or every Christmas, he bring out some nigga ears they cut off. They got a nigga dick somewhere in the jaw. They got a big nigga's dick. A white family do. They got a nigga's ass made out of a leather belt.
So let me ask you this.
Come telling me about nigga. I'm proud to be an American. Nigga, fuck you talking about this where the niggas was made. Where the niggas was made.
What's your impression?
Made in America, niggas.
What's your impression of Donald Trump, the Great White Hope?
Oh, I love it. So I love it, man. Any motherfucking man that say he walk up to a woman and grab a pussy and she love it and he don't apologize. Oh, that's my kind of man now. Cause that's the type of shit I do. Walk up to a hoe and just grab a pussy. Come here, baby.
What's your impression of Joe Biden?
I can't stand that motherfucker. Yeah, he hate niggas. He even said it. I don't want my kids going to school with no jungle. Is that what he said? Yeah, he one of the most racist white men we'll ever know today. But he hide good behind liberalism. Donald Trump.
How about Camilla? Go ahead, finish that point.
Donald Trump been loving us, and we've been loving him from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. I don't know where this new shit come from. We love Donald Trump, my household.
Yeah. How about Kamala Harris?
Say we don't like Asian people in the black community. Ain't she Asian?
I think she's Canadian. She's half black.
Oh yeah. We don't know now black motherfucker from Canada, but Drake. So no, we don't like her. Yeah. We barely like Michelle. What the fuck you talking about? I like Kennedy wife.
I agree. I love Michelle. Don't do Michelle like that. Let's get that clip. You know what I'm saying? I love Michelle. Let's go.
Jacqueline. Yeah, Barbara Bush. Them my people. Nancy. Yeah, at least Nancy came up with the DARE program. Kamala Harris ain't came up with shit. Yeah. Man, she played on everybody.
Yeah. And speaking of Canada, what do you think about the president over there, Prime Minister, declaring the emergency on the truck drivers, and now they'll take away all the rights of the people, and now Canada is living on a dictatorship. What do you think about the protests in Canada and the way it's been handled?
They got black folks in Canada. I try not to worry about shit that don't affect us. Yeah, all the niggas I know driving trucks still driving trucks. Yeah. Fuck Canada. Yeah, fuck what the people going through over there. I ain't neighborly. Yeah. Mind your motherfucking business. He over there beating his wife. Yeah.
So have you been able to?
Listen. I'm so busy in my community, Mr. Peterson. Oh, okay. Man, I got a program to go in schools. I'm doing youth activism in Atlanta. I'm going to Memphis, where young Dolph was killed, man, working with the kids in the elementary schools over there. Man, I'm submerged in real community work with black children. I can't worry about everybody else. I gotta fix us. I can't worry about if white people racist. I can't worry about if my people fucked up.
So I gotta heat this interview up. I gotta put you on the hot seat. So I need you. I need you to answer these questions as quickly as possible.
I got you.
Hold up, man. Like, we need this Charleston back because I don't hear the same energy like no more. I don't know. He probably still doing the active work, but shout out to Charles doing his comedy thing. I think he got an Underground Railroad tour coming up, 2025. Shout out to Charles. He said a lot of fucked up shit, but he said some real shit too, though. So, so I agree with some of the shit. I agree with most of the shit he say, especially when he talk about the dead. You know what I'm saying? But we need a little bit of his. We need a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Everything just can't be stale. But let's go.
Hot seat. Capitalism or socialism?
Capitalism.
Do you support abortion?
Fuck no.
Are you a feminist?
Man, no. Yeah, I'm back to, yeah, I think a man supposed to be able to whoop his woman. Hell no. I hate feminism. It destroyed America.
In one word, describe Kamala Harris.
Fraud.
Is the Illuminati real?
Man, no. Hell no.
Is climate change real?
Fuck no. They playing on us and playing with us.
Does the rapper Lizzo need to lose weight?
Man, tell Lizzo, ain't nobody fucking her. She need to lose a whole bunch of weight. How much money she got? She need to go to Dr. Miami. Boy, they can make her whole fine big as she is. Yeah, no, you know she need to lose weight.
Is white
she know she need to lose weight.
Is white privilege real?
No, that's a made up shit. If it is, I need a buddy pass.
If heaven exists, will you go there when you die?
You goddamn right, I'm going to heaven. I pray every day, God, don't let no hate be in my heart. And if it is, God, remove it. Don't let my hate. Listen, my prayer is not, God, don't let my heart be hardened toward white people. My prayer is, God, don't let my heart be hardened toward my own people.
True or false? Straight white.
Lord have mercy. He done flipped the whole game right now. This 2 years ago. Hate his own people. Now he can't stand his people. Lord have mercy, Charles. Let's bring Charleston back home, man.
Conservative Christian men are the most hated species on this side of heaven.
No, that big dick shit talking nigga like me. Don't nobody hate nobody more than they hate a big dick nigga with no job. He got a felony conviction, but he can fuck everybody woman good. Ain't nobody really mad at the straight conservative white boy. Dick little.
Thank you for taking the hot seat, man. Tell the folks how to get to your organization and keep up with what you're doing.
Listen, don't bother me. We doing quite well with the organization. Charity starts in the home. Well, what do you mean by that, Mr. Charleston? Go look in the mirror first. Before you start to try to clean up anything in your home, go clean up what you see in the mirror. Then it starts in the home. Then it starts with your neighbor. Love thy neighbor. Then you look out into your community. Then you look out into your village. Then you look out into your city. So, no, man, we doing good. I've been able to find 19 other men to volunteer with me to go into 5 different middle schools. But if you just want to hear me talk, you can catch me on YouTube at therealcharlestonwhite.com. I got a website that sells nigger clothes. So if white folks, if you don't want to say the word nigger, you can wear it. I trademark nigger, N-I-G-G-A, which is an acronym for never ignorant, getting goals accomplished, to change the narrative on just the word and make it where, hey, man, you can embrace it now.
Amazing. Charleston, thank you so much for coming on, man. I absolutely appreciate it.
Yeah, man. There you have it. There you have it. What y'all think about that? What you think about that right there, man? They're like, man, that was a mouthful. That was excuse me, pause. That was a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Charles, yeah, Jesse wasn't ready for that. It surprised him with the amazing. You know what I'm saying? But there you have it, man. We've been in here about an hour or so. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all tapping in. You know, make sure you like, subscribe, and share, man. But yeah, man, I seen Jesse smiling and laughing when he was talking about lynching people and shit. That kind of bothered me. I'm like, Jesse really don't care. Like, he hated his skin so much, he probably wanted to just, like DC say, jump in the bleach. But yeah, man, I love y'all, man. Y'all tap in, man. Y'all, you feel me podcast. Your boy Neutron the Don, you feel me? Get you a little bit of music going up out of here, man. We're going up out of here with a banger, man.
Born in the street, product of my environment. BHP be my environment. You can't walk a mile in my shoes. I suggest that you be quiet there. So you got it on your mind, so I took it off his chest. He shoulda came correct, knowing you ain't built like that. Seen the best get killed like that. Underestimate the opponent, so I keep it out banger. Yeah, I got a whole lot of spray. My tech was no ceiling, so the top floor vacant. Fuck what they talk about. Just cut on the beat.
Just cut on the beat. Stay on the south wall. You wasn't in the street.
Just cut on the beat. Stay on the south wall. Cause you wasn't in the street. For what they talking about, for what they talking about, for what they talking about. For what they talking about, for what they talking about, for what they talking about. For what they talking about, for what they talking about, for what they talking about. For what they talking about, for what they talking about, for what they talking about. I'm a beast. Where these niggas, they ain't in the streets. You know, be free by they eat on the beat. They trying to compare and they trying to compete. If I get on the track, then it's bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Control out the link. You best get your money and stay out the way. Cause these little niggas ain't playing it safe. If you really making it, they trying to take. I feel like a pilot, I'm smoking exotic and sipping exotico. Get out the way. You really gotta go. I got an audible. I tell them rapping, no, I ain't showing. Fuck what they talking about. Just cut on the beat. Stay on the sidewalk. Cause you wasn't in the street. Fuck what they talking about. Just cut on the
Yeah,
beat.
man. I see you just tapping in. You just tapping in, man. Make sure you go back and rewind, man. It's a hell of an episode. Take them about it with a little banger, you know, get a little, you know. Back with another one. They talking about. Pretty dope. Neutron the Don, baby. You know what I'm saying? We out of here, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook, Neutron the Don, YouTube, You Feel Me Podcast, Instagram, Neutron the Don, Twitter, You Feel Me Podcast. I'm on load. We a little bit of everywhere, man. We out of here. Deuces.